Honorable Prime Minister has given a call for Atmanirbhar. In which we become Viksit Bharat.
Academic institutions work on developing the product.
We need to work on a lot of advanced technologies.
The development cycle academicians should follow.
So the components or devices or the products what we develop.
Today's engineers
focus, dedicate and have a very, very clear target.
So what should be the ultimate goal of Indian technology?
The last man in the society should get benefited.
Welcome everyone. I am Dr. Ashok Kumar Pandey, Dean Academics at IIT Hyderabad. Today we are having a very special guest, Dr. Satheesh Reddy, who was the former scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri, and he is also an advisor to IIT Hyderabad and advisor to some of the state government. Thank you, sir. Welcome to IITH podcast.
My privilege to be here.
Sir, you are known for the mission mode work and you have been working on the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Can you please tell about the expectation of the people like you from the institution like IITH?
See, Honorable Prime Minister has given a call for Atmanirbhar, wherein we become self-reliant in all the areas. There is a need for academic institutes to work in this in a big way. There is an important role academic institutes have to play. Firstly, to become Atmanirbhar, today we have certain gaps and we need to work on that. Like materials, manufacturing, or devices, sensors, detectors, and related so many fundamental products and some systems also. So we need to work on this. In these, because there are core fundamental areas like when I say devices, detectors, sensors, or nano devices, nano sensors, or micro sensors, or we are talking about materials, academic institutes have a major role to play in coming up in these areas and to fill in the existing gaps. Okay. Second, to continue that, we are always Atmanirbhar, or we are as envisaged, we become Viksit Bharat. We need to work on a lot of advanced technologies.
Okay.
Those areas also we need to work, whether it's talking about high power electromagnetics or talking about smart materials, talking about high power lasers or otherwise underwater communications related things, or VSG products, stealthy products coming and stealthy detection capabilities, or quantum technologies which are coming, or advanced AI, and many of these areas we need to be on par with the world, or we need to lead. So to do that, we have to keep on working on most advanced technologies and keep doing research. So the fundamental core research has to happen in the academic institutes. So academic institutes have a major role to play in Atmanirbhar and making the country Viksit Bharat.
Yes. So you were instrumental in bringing the startups into MSME in the supply chain of defense equipment. So what is your suggestion to the academia at where it should stand in this supply chain?
See, the academia and startups have to work in a big way together. The startups, many startups are working from core research to prototype development also. So here there need to be a very strong integration between academia and the startups. In fact, most of the startups should get incubated in the academic institutes. So you're working on these core fundamental. Let's say example, I'm saying quantum device example. Yeah. So the academia will work on the quantum materials and also the initial work related to the device and device coming out. The startups learns this knowledge from the professors, understands completely right from that fundamental research onwards, and to work with coming out with the quantum device as a prototype. This is how it is to be worked. So most of these most advanced areas and new areas, academic institutes particularly have to play a major role in coming out with these technologies and products and devices.
So generally, what is the expectation of the industry from the academia in terms of the TRL level?
See, basically, if you look at the academic, the major roles, academia needs to work more like on the fundamental research to applied research.
Right.
The laboratories like DRDO need to work from applied research to translational research.
Yes.
And industry needs to work on the manufacturing technologies and also research in the innovation in the niche areas, research in niche areas, and to see that you are able to produce in large scale. These are the overall difference. There are some overlaps and other things, particularly when the startups have come, there are some overlaps. So, academic institute should focus more on the core research, the fundamental research, on many new things which are going to come up, many new technologies. So, the basic research outcome gives you the technology.
Right.
Research outcome takes you to the next level of technology. So, academic institutes are the ones which have to play this role of core research, fundamental research, coming out with the technology. And from the technology, the products development, systems development will come up. That is where the technology development to the product, the laboratories like DRDO and all that comes, or the startups come, and the industry for a production of these in large scale goes out. This is how academic institutes, the laboratories, industry / startups need to integrate themselves and work together.
Yeah. So, sir, when you see that academic institutions work on developing the product within the laboratory environment, while the defense forces or product can exposed to the variation of environment from Siachen to Thar, how do you see the development cycle academicians should follow?
See, firstly, Indian environment is a vast varying thing. It is almost from -40, minus, even at times it's Siachen glaciers, -50, -55, 60, to actually the ambient temperature goes up to plus 60, 65. So the components or devices or the products what we develop work from minus somewhere around -50, 55 to plus 125.
Okay.
And then you have the military rugged environment, you're working, you're in a desert, you're working somewhere, or you're mountains, you're high altitudes, or other you have vibration, you have shock, and so many other things and all you need to work. So academic institutes, when they're working, first you need to come out with the technology.
Right.
So work on the core technology, come out with the technology. When we come out with the technology, where the academic institute play a major role, converting that the product need to work with the industry and the armed forces who understand the environment. So try to see that when you are designing a prototype and the technology getting into the prototype, how you can mold that in such a way that it will be able to withstand this environment. That knowledge should come from DRDO laboratories or the armed forces or whichever the industries are working also. All that knowledge needs to be brought in. So these people have to work synergetically to see, come out with the product which can work in this environment without any failure at all.
Okay.
And along with the life.
Right.
The life, whatever the well-defined life also we need to see that it works.
Yeah. So generally, sir, in academic institute, we consider failure as a data, but in real life, we should design a product which should not fail, right?
It should be zero failure. We need to work at zero failure.
Yeah. Sir, how do you see the DIA Center playing a big role in closing this?
DIA Center is the one where in DRDO we have about 15 centers of academic centers of excellence in various academic institutes. There are 15, and then they have been named as DIA. The name itself says DRDO Industry Academia. All needs to be working synergetically. Academia works on the fundamental research and coming out of the product, coming out with the technology. DRDO makes that technology to come out with the prototype, and the industry takes on. And these are all right from the beginning. They are together. They are understanding the complete knowledge, complete life cycle you are understanding. So the intricacies are known to everyone. There is a transparency. So the product comes out a beautiful product which will withstand the complete environment what you have said, and you are able to, all the three major stakeholders, the academia, the laboratories and the industry are able to integrate and see that the knowledge is disseminated, and so that the product comes out which is a perfect product. And that is what is happening. That is how the Delhi IIT has come out with the one of the lightest bulletproof jacket BPJ, right from materials working in the lab, in the academic institutes, and the laboratory trying to work towards the product, and industry taking it over and put it in the mass.
Yeah. So sir, with this DIA Center, our department also was happy to contribute. So some word about that, sir. 3D printed.
The DIA Center in IIT Hyderabad and the DRDL, which is in Hyderabad, the laboratory of DRDO, they work towards the 3D printing machine, and most important activity. I feel actually I'm proud and congratulations to you and the DRDO scientists. Why? Because I've been always saying that we have been using operations and operating the machines and coming out with the product. You see most of the CNC machines in any machine shop, they're all actually imported. You go to any hospital, most of the equipment. So we need to make that equipment.
Right.
This is one thing I'm extremely happy that you have come out with an additive manufacturing machine, collaboration with the laboratory and this. And I wish that the academic institutes will be able to collaborate more and more with the laboratories and industry, come out with many machines, and we should export the machines also. Not only we use that, and all our workshops and everywhere machine shops have our own machines, and we should become that an exporter where the world is using Indian machines. This is so. It's a great work what you people have done. I congratulate you on that.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, sir, talking about this, nowadays you see that a lot of technologies are being used. So, whether one should go for high end or the swarm based small, technology which are intelligent and communicate with each other. So, what should be your advice?
See, definitely swarm technologies are coming up in a big way. Already world is moving in that direction, and some of the swarm technologies have been used, and in that lot more technologies have to get in. Swarm technology, stealth technology, and many things integrating with the quantum technologies. Because what happens is, if you integrate, let's say there are 1,000 swarm drones.
Yes, sir.
They're all working in a collaborative mode and trying to do a particular operation, and they're stealthy. You're not able to detect them, and they're anti-jamming, anti-spoofing, and all those things. They have their own autonomous navigation guidance and everything, and they have a QI quantum sensors. That is, I think, the best. That is what is I feel will come up in the next couple of years.
Right, sir. Sir, when we are celebrating 100 years of our independence, so what is your wish from the young generation?
See, Honorable Prime Minister has already given a call for Viksit Bharat, and India should be a developed nation. And I say, by 2047, India should become a leader. India was a leader in the world in technological area, in the economic area, and industrial production area for about more than 2000 years till 1750. In 150 years, out of various reasons of invasions, we went down. Now, in 100 years, we should bring it back, and India should become a leader to the world.
Right, sir. Sir, in sciences, we talk about open science. However, when we work in some strategic field, there are some informations that we need to, of course, should not be open and all that. So, how do you see the balance of academia working in those areas too?
See, academia need to be open, need to be working in an open science form. That has to be there. Otherwise, it will not flourish.
Yes.
So those projects are wherever it is, working for any given national security related aspects and all, which cannot be made in public domain. The fundamental science or the fundamental technology related to it can be more in the generic form, can be open, and try to work with, maybe collaboratively with academic institutes, various other academic institutes and all that. But from there, where you have got into the fundamental area, a generic area, to very specific product related or specific technology related, that should be kept under definitely as a guarded one.
Okay.
This is how some of the nations in the world also are all following.
Right.
See, you get a paper which is very generic in that subject, is allowed to publish. But from there, when you are getting into the specific technology and specific prototype or product related, that is kept as a guarded one. That should be followed.
So, but at the same time, if you see, people don't see the two sides, because every technology has a dual use, right? So, for example, during COVID, and you have worked a lot in defense earlier, but you have used those information and technologies for saving the lives of the human in our country, right? Can you please tell something?
See, dual-use technologies play an important role, because the common civil person gets benefited in a big way, and the military also gets benefited. There are so many examples where we have used various materials what you have developed have been used for various civilian applications. And if you look at it in the COVID, as you rightly said, whatever we have worked on CBR and technology, the masks, the PPEs we could produce into the country lakhs and lakhs per day is only because of that technology which has emerged. And if you look at the onboard oxygen generation system, what we have made for LCA fighter at Taft, that has been converted into the ground 1000 liters per minute, 500 liters per minute oxygen plant, which have been made more than 1000 and put up in every district across the things. So, these dual-use technologies play an important role. Whatever the technology you have developed for the defense application, look at the civilian application part of it and see how it can be applied there and try to use it across the everything. Let it be rural development, agriculture, or medical field, health field, or whatnot, and all that. You should look at the utility of this particular technology which has been developed for defense, how it can be used for the common man.
Right, sir. Sir, what is your mantra for the youngsters or the today's engineer?
Focus, dedicate, and have a very, very clear target. Like Dr. Kalam says that think big and have a very focused approach towards a target. You put a target which is very high level target, and dedicatedly, committedly, with sincerity work for that and achieve that, and you will excel. Your team excels, your academic institute or the organization excels, and nation excels. So nation becomes a leader.
Thank you, sir, for all these advices. Sir, just to close it, we are having some rapid fire questions. Would like your answer in very short words. So, if you look at 2030, what is the one technology where Indian higher education might lead the world?
I feel quantum technology.
So, we talk about fail fast or zero error. Which one do you think?
Zero error.
Zero error we should think about. What would be the best book for inspiring the youngsters?
For me and for the youngsters, it is Wings of Fire.
Thank you, sir. One memory of Dr. Kalam that guided you directly.
When I became director RCI, that day he was there in RCI, and he asked me to write in a notebook what I will be remembered for as director RCI.
Wow,
and do that.
That's cool. So, sir, hypersonic or quantum, which one will win 2030?
Quantum.
And stealth or swarms?
Stealth-based swarm.
Oh,
stealthy swarm. Stealthy swarm.
Interesting. So, what should be the ultimate goal of Indian technology?
Indian technology should be in such a way that we become a leader in the technological field, world leader, and that should be used for the last man in the society. The last man in the society should get benefited. The society should overall get benefited with these technologies which are developed, and that technology should also bring peace to the world.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and we also appreciate your current work with the rural villages, where you are investing a lot of time to motivate school children through some of the organization. So, some last word would you like to say?
I always like to interact with the children and young students. I keep on going to various schools, colleges, and student conventions and motivate them. They're the future of India, and they're brilliant. If you are able to trigger them, inspire them in the right way, and they will come out with the right innovations in the future, and they focus their energies in the right direction, and then nation gets benefited, and by 2047 that's how India will become a Viksit Bharat and leader.
Thank you, sir, but not last the list, but some comment on the human mission that India is working on.
There is good amount of work which is going on, and I strongly feel that in the next couple of years it will be a successful mission.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. And it was a great honor to have you and interact with you during this podcast. Thank you, viewers. We will come again with another expert on different topic. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.